The following broadcast is a copyrighted production of 412 Communications. Any non-personal retransmission of this broadcast without the express written consent of 412 Communications is hereby prohibited.
Welcome inside Fred Rust Arena, the Delaware Blue Hens men's Division I team. Back on the right track after a sweep of Syracuse last weekend. Another ESCHL rival awaits tonight in the form of the Rhode Island Rams, kicking off a two-game weekend series from right here in the First State. James Witherite joining you from the 412 Communications press box in advance of this weekend set. Delaware looking to make it 3 in a row on home ice after a pair of wins over Syracuse, and they're riding high on netminder Jacob Snellenberg, who comes into this weekend 10-4-1. After last weekend's sweep of Syracuse, Riley Donor and Brady Burke, the usual suspects at the blue line to start things off. And the power trio of Guelph, Rodriguez, and Mahoney. They've been good for 55 goals together this year. They look to keep the offensive firepower going for Todd Mittelmeyer's Blue Hens right off the opening drop. On the other side of the blue line, the Rhode Island Rams coming into Newark 16-8-3 under the leadership of the venerable Joe Augustine. More impressively, his management of the lineup during the game, he flies solo behind that Rhode Island bench. Captain Jonathan Shaw will start on the defensive with Jack Drowan. Shaw, the native of Kennesaw, Georgia, 8 goals and 14 assists this season. Very effective 200-foot player to counter Riley Donor at the Delaware blue line. And Jonathan Shaw, in our travels, one of the absolute classiest individuals that we've encountered here on the Delaware Hockey Network. Always a pleasure to visit with him off the ice. Always a pleasure to see him on the ice as well. The big hurdle that Rhode Island's faced this year, the graduation of Curtis Briggs. Callum Burgess stepping up respectably for the Rams, 9-7-2 on the year, with a .267 goals against average and a save percentage of .913. We'll see Jake McKinnon, Shane Mullern, and Matt Tetreault handle starting forward duties between them on the year. 25 goals to this point. Planning for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. For 35 years and counting, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. And the Delaware Hockey Network is brought to you all season long by the law office of Heather A. Long. With a listen-first approach that creates a unique solution for your circumstances, the expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long are committed to providing empathetic and compassionate legal representation for individuals who have suffered injuries. To schedule a free consultation, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664. That's LONG. Or visit injuryde.com. We're going to take a quick timeout here on the Delaware Hockey Network. When we come back, we'll take you inside the glass for opening introductions and a special presentation here on the Delaware Hockey Network, live on the 412. And it's all brought to you by the law office of Heather A. Long. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. Go time for Friday night hockey in the first state as the Delaware Blue Hens prepare to square off against the University of Rhode Island Rams. James Witherite, delighted to be joining you all from the 412 Communications press box on this Friday evening in the first state. We'll be hearing from Eli Swope a little bit later on as the stat man will step over into the broadcast box and join us here on the 412 Communications airwaves here on this Friday evening. Ready to head inside the glass. We'll take you now to the Limestone Pension Associates opening introductions. Hockey fans, good evening and welcome to Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. Tonight, the American Collegiate Hockey Association and the Eastern States Collegiate Hockey League present a men's Division I regular season game between the visiting University of Rhode Island Rams and your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. For the Rhode Island Rams, coached by the venerable Joe Augustine. Starting in goal, number 31, Callum Burgess. At left wing, number 11, Shane Mulhern. At right wing, number 15, Matt Tetreault. At center, number 9, Jake McKinnon. On defense, number 22, Jack Drowan. And the captain of the Rams, number 17, Jonathan Shaw. And now let's meet the starting six for your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Starting in goal from Meadowbrook, Pennsylvania, number 35, Jacob Snellenberg. At left wing, number 22, Ryan Rodriguez. At right wing from Kettle Park, New Jersey, number 21, Justin Guelph. Starting at center from Venetia, Pennsylvania, number 36, Tanner Mahoney. On defense from Denver, Pennsylvania, number 24, Brady Burke. And from Hershey, Pennsylvania, your captain, number 18, Riley Donor. Your Blue Hens are coached by Todd Mittelmeyer, Jason Bainge, Eric Sterrett, and Mark Zezut, assisted by student manager Anthony Mazzio. The on-ice officials for this evening's game, as appointed by the American Collegiate Hockey Association, are referees Brad Howington and Brent Kendall, and linesmen Colby Sakuma and James Mandel. Fans, at this time, we direct your attention to center ice as we are joined by veterans of the United States Armed Forces who have trained together with a number of Blue Hen players in the Veterans and College Athletes Together program. Joining us for a ceremonial puck drop from the Delaware Army National Guard, Lieutenant Colonel Guy Gravino. Lieutenant Colonel Gravino, Jonathan, Riley, thank you all. On Wednesday night, near Washington, D.C., tragedy struck as an inbound American Airlines flight and a military helicopter collided in midair, taking 67 lives. Among those who died were figure skating coach Alexander Kirsonov and skaters Angela Yang and Sean Kay, all of whom called Fred Rust Arena their home, and now gone from this earth and their families far too soon. May the memories of Sasha, Angela, and Sean forever be a blessing to all who knew them. At this time, we ask all in attendance to join in a moment of silence to honor the memory of Alexander, Angela, and Sean. Thank you. Now at this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the American flag located directly above center ice as we honor the United States of America and those who defend this nation with the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Ready to go from Fred Rust Arena. Friday night hockey in the first state. A winter tradition here, halfway between Philadelphia and Baltimore. Rhode Island traveling from right to left in their away blue kits. Delaware in their home whites, moving from left to right from our vantage point. And I'm joined at this time by a man valuable to the Delaware Hockey Network behind the scenes, but joining us on the airwaves, the stat man, Eli Swope, our color commentator tonight. Eli, hi, hello, good evening, how are you? What's new, how's life?
If I haven't heard that 15 times this week, I don't know what I have. This is going to be a great game tonight between these Delaware Blue Hens, looking for some retribution against these Rhode Island Rams.
Puck is down for the opening drop, and here we go. Hens pushing forward off the initial draw. Jonathan Shaw chips this puck up the far boards. It's recovered by Donor deep in Delaware territory. So a little back and forth volleying to get things going here. Shot from Burke was blocked, and this is walked the other way by Jake McKinnon into a 1-on-2. He tried to split defenders, but ultimately to no avail as the Hens come marching back the other direction. This puck goes up over the boards and out of play, 55 seconds. Into the opening frame. New puck recovered by linesperson James Mandel, and this faceoff will end up inside the Rhode Island zone. Tommy Tracy centering the second line, taking the draw for the Blue Hens. Across from Cordero. Rams control. Zach Bell takes a hip check from Tracy behind the cage, near side. This thrown in by Andrew Lowe. He got one on net. Save made by Burgess, who holds for the pause.
This Delaware team last time against Rhode Island fell 2 in a row on the weekend. Once on Friday, once on Saturday. They are looking to get back at this team. That shot from Lowe just outside of the circles as Tommy Tracy steps in for the faceoff.
But it is Ethan Cordero winning that near side draw again, and here come the Rams led by Bell. Pass across to Cordero, who hustled to the far side. It's worth noting, too, this is an international-sized sheet of ice here at Fred Rust Arena, so a lot of extra ground for Cordero to cover, and this international-sized sheet of ice playing a big part in Delaware's long-standing home ice advantage. Andrew Lowe tried to feed to Tracy. Straubinger clears up the middle. Tracy leads a 2-on-2 across to the Coloradan Luke Doshin, who's confronted by Bell just inside the line. Tracy shoots from an awkward angle. He got one on net, and this is covered for the pause with 1:53 gone in the first period from Fred Rust.
Absolutely. This Delaware team, last time they went out to URI, got outshot by a combined total of 43-42. Getting these shots early on goal will be key for them as Cody Diaz wins the attacking zone faceoff.
The shot from Luke Panapresso at the point, blocked in heavy traffic. This ends up near side. DeBolt rolls the puck in low. Panapresso turns it away from the path of Ronan Judge. The Albertan Cade Coughlin. To DeBolt, around to Diaz, now working the near corner. 2 minutes and 20 seconds have gone by here on Friday night from Fred Rust Arena. Lacazzi could not clear. Diaz cycles to Goose. Thrown off the far boards. Pushed by Sear. Up the wall, but not out. This comes back to Judge. Thrown across ice by Lacazzi. Back it comes deep into Rhode Island territory, where Shaw is spun off his feet, and we've got a whistle. 2 minutes and 58 seconds into opening period play.
This Delaware team winning offensive zone faceoffs at a rate this season higher than any other. In the offensive zone, they are 63% on faceoffs versus 60 in the neutral zone and 52 in their defensive zone. Early steps in to take the draw against Rhode Island, and he loses the draw back into the Rhode Island far corner,
where Alex Infanger is joined by Early, digging the puck free. Drowan and Szabo had it trapped. Smith trying to track down a loose puck. He shovels one in on net, but it's turned aside by Burgess, and this is pushed clear by the Salesianum alumnus Tim Crane. Back in come the Hens. Alex Infanger batting an airborne puck to the far corner, chased down by Drowan. Szabo digging away for it. He comes away from the pack with the vulcanized rubber, and he works this up ice near side to Danila Naumovs. Naumovs slowed up by Early right at the Delaware blue line. Gives up possession. Infanger volleys it back. Linesman James Mandel getting in the path of Zach Gold. On his way back to the puck inside the Rhode Island stripe. The other 18, Riley Donor, with it off the neutral zone volley as we come to the 4-minute mark of the first period of a scoreless hockey game. Guelph to Rodriguez. Mahoney played back to Keller at the point. Long shot. Mulhern got a piece of that right about the near dot. Guelph recovers. Rodriguez around the horn. Straubinger to Keller. Good movement around the perimeter of the zone from these Blue Hens. Keller looked shot from the near half wall, but caught the outside frame of the goal. Puck controlled by Zach Bell and flipped deep into Delaware territory, where Mulhern pressured Keller to hurry up on the breakout pass, but Keller was able to connect with Mahoney up the near side. Coming to 5 minutes completion of the first period from Fred Rust Arena. Tanner Mahoney again, trying to walk his way through neutral zone traffic. Cordero kept the pressure on him. Dump in ends up in the near corner, and this puck goes over the glass and out.
This Delaware team playing really quick today. Out of all of the games I've seen them play, this is one of their times where they're getting into the zone and not getting stopped up at the red line or the blue line where they usually do. This team very comfortable on this Olympic-sized ice, a lot wider. We see another face-off here in the offensive zone.
And Tracy pushes this one forward. Rhode Island trying to come the other way, but Canizet bobbled the puck. Cordero walked it in offside.
Yet again, just offsides. One of the things that you need to worry about as you're this Rhode Island team, giving the Delaware team enough headroom to get a pass out, to get a face-off win, to regain this momentum.
The Rams reset. Cordero working hard for that face-off win over Tracy. Doshin trying to set up in his own zone. Dodging a check from Lockwood. Kevin Canizet, the other component of the second Rhode Island line. In comes Tommy Tracy. Shooting from 45 feet. Made it on net. So did the follow-up chance. Crashing the net was Tracy, but locked out by Burgess again. So two rapid-fire Delaware shots on goal, met by two rapid-fire Callum Burgess saves. Burke working in low, tied up by Beisel in the near corner. Puck rolls behind the net. Sear getting a stick on it, but it's taken away. Coughlin to Lowe in the far corner. Tracy plays the body on Sear. Holding the zone was Donor at the left point. Shot attempt from distance, wobbled well wide. Now the other defensive captain, Jonathan Shaw, the native of Kennesaw, Georgia, pushes this clear for the Rams. Ahead to Canizet through traffic. He lobs the puck into the slot, but it's gloved down by Donor. Hustling on the back check to cancel out the net front presence of Sear. DeBolt leads this Delaware counterattack up the near side. Good shot from the near half wall. But Callum Burgess able to see that the whole way through. Comes up with save number 6. Rhode Island has yet to get a shot on goal away at Jacob Snellenberg. Delaware, through these first 6.5 minutes, absolutely dominating the momentum.
Absolutely. 6 shots to nothing for Delaware. This Rhode Island team has not been able to generate any chances, as there's another takeaway for the Delaware squad.
And here's Diaz marching in. Shaw stayed right with him, stick checking that shot off its intended line. Best chance of the game for Delaware. The Ironman Cody Diaz canceled out by Jonathan Shaw, who now registers the first Rhode Island shot on goal, but it took 7 minutes to get there, and Jacob Snellenberg was up with the stick save. Naumov's holding the point. And we've got a stoppage in play, just 7 minutes and 14 into the first period, and this is going to come back into the Delaware zone. Puck bounced off a Delaware player in the bench area, bringing us to the stoppage. If you've been injured on the job or in a car accident, you know just how challenging and overwhelming the recovery process can be, and that's why having a trusted and caring representative by your side is essential to help you navigate the complex world of workers' compensation and personal injury. The law office of Heather A. Long will guide you through every step of the process, from filing your claim to representing you in hearings and appeals. Call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 to schedule a free consultation, or visit injuryde.com. Of a scoreless hockey game. Again, the Delaware Blue Hens in control of the momentum, leading in the shot column 6-3. But both Burgess and Snellenberg have answered every call so far, Eli.
Absolutely. And these are two goaltenders to watch out come ESCHL tournament time. These two have absolutely stood on their heads, especially Snellenberg and RN. But don't count out Burgess. He is a sneaky, great goalie. We saw glimpses of it last year.
Granted, Curtis Briggs did the lion's share of the net minding for Rhode Island last year, but the little bit that we saw of Callum Burgess, he certainly has proven he can more than hold his own.
Absolutely. And as a spiritual successor to Briggs, he does everything that this Rhode Island team needs him to do for them to have these wins in that column.
Cordero walking the line before gaining the zone for Rhode Island. He plays the puck behind the net to Lockwood, hauled by the tandem of Burke and Mahoney into the near corner. The centering pass intended for Cordero was blocked away. Cordero couldn't reel on the puck as it came back into the low slot, but he holds the zone off that failed Delaware clear. He lofts it high off the back glass directly behind Snellenberg. This brought down by Donor, turned over, walking in and scoring is Aiden Darlington. And the Rams draw first blood.
We'll take a look at it here on the 412's instant replay. Just very similar to what we saw in other games this year with Delaware. A costly turnover in the defensive zone leads to an A-grade chance, and there was no looking that back. Top corner, Pickett, and that makes it a 1-0 game favoring the Rhode Island Rams.
That goal coming 9:07 into the first period, and for Aiden Darlington, that is his 12th of the season. Rhode Island goal, 12th of the season, scored by number 10, Aiden Darlington. Assisted by number 26, Owen Hall. Time of the goal, 9 minutes, 7 seconds in the first period. Darlington from Hall at 9:07.
Costly icing there for the Delaware team as it brings them back into their defensive zone where, as I said earlier, their faceoffs have been the least productive. 52% on the year. They are out winning their opponents, but they are less than their other zones. Stepping in to take the faceoff is Tommy Tracy versus the 21 of Rhode Island in Sabo.
The Rams protect territory off the attacking zone faceoff win. Zach Bell walking the line. Low, blocked the headman pass. Crane trying to maintain for Rhode Island. Airborne puck brought down by Corey Szabo. He dodges a check from Straubinger. Keller plays the body on Naumovs behind the cage, and now Straubinger sweeps in to recover the puck, but he can't clear it for the Hens. Picked off by Corey Szabo. Centering pass intended for Naumovs, intercepted by Keller. Floated forward to Lowe. Here's a 2-on-2 for the Hens. Doshin stutter steps to stay onside. The long shot from Lowe ends up in Burgess's pads. 10.5 minutes gone in the first period. From Fred Rust Arena, it is a 1-0 hockey game. The lone goal coming from Aiden Darlington, his 12th of the season, at the 9:07 mark of the first period. Off a defensive zone turnover, he puts one past Snellenberg to give the Rams the early advantage.
Here we go in the Delaware zone. The Delaware forecheck has not been good this game as of yet. They haven't been creating chances. They haven't been limiting Rhode Island chances. They've created more shots than Rhode Island, none of them of any quality, as we have 0 A-grade chances for the Delaware side yet.
Inside 9 minutes to go in the first period. And now we get that closer look at the analytical, statistical mind of Eli Swope. We get the facts and figures from him on a nightly basis here on the Delaware Hockey Network, and now we get them real time, which is an absolute treat.
Absolutely, and I love it. This team, you know, these boys, they mean a lot, and I think it helps them a lot. Our program that we're using, shout out to Athletic Performance Insights, a small startup company out of the Midwest. They help us with our stats. They made our program. It allows the boys to do real-time film review. It is an amazing tool, and I love it so much.
Canizette with a good chance, stick checked offline. Cordero couldn't gain the puck on its way back in over the line. Burke tying him up just inside Delaware territory. Lockwood, steered by former Rhode Island teammate Cam Gibbons into the far corner. Gibby throwing a body at Lockwood and forcing the turnover ultimately. But the Rams regather in neutral ice. Cordero pressured by Early. Shaw works this to Canizette, who's got time and space up the left wing boards. Puck tipped in by Lockwood toward the net. Corralled by Jack Keller for the Blue Hens. 7.5 to go in the first period. Play action behind the Delaware goal. This is Tanner Mahoney accelerating through neutral ice into traffic. Long shot from about 35 feet into the Burgess pads. Getting his own rebound was Mahoney. Straubinger wound up from the left point. Another Burgess save. Nobody home for the rebound chance. Canizette throws the puck in from distance the other way. Snellenberg responds, gloves the puck down, and here come the Hens again. Guelph double teamed. Darlington and Gold keeping the pressure alive. Enough pressure to force yet another turnover, and Owen Hall flips this through bodies up the near side. Rodriguez brings him down in the near corner of the Delaware zone. They're both back up on their feet and at the center of a two-a-side battle for the vulcanized rubber. Darlington checked out of position by Keller, trying to pave a way back to the net for a chance at a second tonight, but to no avail. Lacazzi looked shot briefly near side, but Guelph kept the pressure on him to take away his lane. This is cleared by Keller. Icing waved off by linesperson James Mandel, and forced to play the puck back is Lacazzi from just above his own goal line. He found Darlington on the stretch pass, but Darlington, wearing number 10 in Rhode Island blue, quickly found himself outnumbered. To the final 6 of the first period we go. Lowe flips this into the far corner of the Rhode Island zone. Doshin bodied off the puck by Judge. This is steadied and now cleared by Lacazzi. Ahead to Naumovs. Drop pass to Szabo, walking in left side. Shot blockered high and away by Snellenberg, and that gives us a break in the action with 5:44 to go in the first period of a 1-0 game. Advantage the Rams of Rhode Island. Planning for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. For 35 years and counting, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. Tracy and Szabo taking the near circle draw. This held in and shot by Drowan up over the glass and out.
This Rhode Island team has been scary good this period, and once they establish the offensive zone, they have gotten their chances underway. They have won the faceoffs in the offensive zone. They have stopped Delaware from breaking out. It has been a great first period in the offensive zone for these Rhode Island Rams.
Tracy with his back to a wall in a defensive zone draw. Victorious. Goose led this to Doshin up the right side. Tracy posting up net front. Couldn't direct the puck past Burgess. Here's Goose trying to shoot from high in the zone, but he was pressured by Namovs, who blocked the shot and drove play back just over the line. Doshin walks back in. Shaw plasters him to the near half wall. Puck held in by Lowe. That shot from distance tipped wide by Burgess was just off its line to begin with. Final 5 of the first period. Rams 1, Hens 0 from Fred Rust Arena. And Jonathan Shaw will wait for his fellow Rams to change up. Delaware getting some fresh legs on as well as we head to the final quarter of the first period. Tetreault, cross ice pass, bobbled by Mulhern. DeBolt picks up the puck. He tries to walk it up the near side, but lost it at center red. Here's Mulhern back in for the Rams into a 1-on-2. A Brady Burke poke check. Nearly cleared the zone. Holding the line barely was Mulhern, letting one rip from distance. Snellenberg paddles that one away. This was cleared by Cade Coughlin, but it will come back an icing with 4:16 to go in opening period action, and the Rams with a 1-0 lead.
These Delaware Blue Hens at the moment struggling to keep up the momentum that they had in the early parts of this game. While they did have some chances, they started off with that 6-0 run and have now fallen to 10-5 in the shots department. Or 10-6 rather.
Last 4 minutes of the opening period. Hens pinned in their zone after the icing. Burke cleared. Lockwood threw the puck back in. Here's Coughlin heading a 2-on-2 for the Hens. Shooting! He had a great chance from the high slot, but Burgess with the toe save. Lacazzi back in to Delaware territory. Keller intercepts the puck. Final 200 seconds of the first period upon us. Early taking a body from Hall just beyond center. Dump the puck into Rhode Island territory. Judge looking for a way out. Smith holding the point and the zone for Delaware, but Judge recovers. Ronan Judge waits a beat before the outlet pass to Hall. Infanger recovers. Puck tipped through neutral territory by Smith, frozen by Burgess, and we've got a pause with 2:55 to go in the first period of a 1-0 game. Advantage still belonging to the Rhode Island Rams. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware can cater your next group event, offering pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken on a daily basis, along with a variety of sauces and sides, sure to please any appetite. Visit Sid's at Suite C26 in the Tri-State Industrial Center on Ridge Road in Claymont, open Monday through Saturday for takeaway lunch, or to place a catering order, call 302-439-4937 or visit sidsbbqandjerky.com. Hens came out of the gate flying. The Rams have since countered. They got one past Snellenberg off a defensive zone turnover. Since then, it's been pretty even, Steven.
I'd agree with that. This Delaware team came out very hot, like you said, came out to that 6-0 run, but now they've struggled to keep momentum. It's been a very back and forth game ever since they've started trying to break out the pucks, and this power line, I'm looking forward to seeing them in the next period as they get off of their shift here with a new sense of revitalized confidence.
2-on-2 back in for Rhode Island. Centering feed from Tetreault. McKinnon lost his footing, lunging for the puck. And that redirect was just wide. Final 100 seconds now of the first. Hens dump and change. Gold steadies behind his own net. Bell walking up the right wing boards. Donor throws a hip at him, separating him from the puck. Burke recovers. Tracy working the near corner. Cycles it back behind the cage. Donor to Doshin up the left side as we near the final minute of play in the opening period. Taken away by Cordero into a 1-on-3. He shot. It was blockered away by Snellenberg for save number 6 on 7 shots. And now Tommy Tracy steering this behind the net to Jack Keller. Keller lofts the puck as far as the blue line. Judge tried to glove it down. He's met by Tracy in the far corner of the Rhode Island zone. Hens couldn't swarm and maintain. Cordero up the right wing boards. Spun low off his feet but turned the puck over. Keller coming back the other way. Keller angled to the near corner by Beisel. Leaves this to Straubinger, holding the point. He's drawn back into neutral ice. The pass ahead will be called back offside with 18 3/5 seconds to go in the first period of a 1-0 game. And linesperson Colby Sakuma, native of St. Louis, will spot the face-off just in front of the Delaware bench.
This Delaware team and that offsides will surely be close to the end of the period. They might get one more chance off of that Cody Diaz face-off win. Let's see what they can do with it.
Here's Diaz up the middle off the feed from Straubinger, 2-on-2. Diaz, stick handle, shot! A quick release over the crossbar, taking us to the final 5 seconds of the first period. This is clear off the stick of Hall, and the first period reaches its conclusion. At the end of 20 minutes, the score, Rhode Island Rams 1, Delaware Blue Hens 0. This is the Delaware Hockey Network, brought to you by the Law Office of Heather A. Long.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Thank you, Norm. Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. Welcome back to the Delaware Hockey Network. 1-0. The score through 20 minutes in favor of the Rhode Island Rams, taking advantage of a defensive zone breakdown from the Blue Hens. A rare bobble from Riley Donor trying to clear the puck. Blocked down by Owen Hall. Head man to Aiden Darlington. And he comes up with his 12th goal of the season to give Rhode Island the 1-0 lead. Takeaways from the first period, Eli.
Absolutely have to win the giveaway takeaway battle. Right now we are losing this battle 6-3. This is an absolutely imperative mission for these Blue Hens, as these turnovers have cost them games in the past, and right now it has cost them the lead in this game.
Fresh sheet of ice in front of us, just about ready to go for period number 2, as James Mandel comes in for the opening face-off of the second period. The lights flicker, and wouldn't you know it, our score graphics disrupted as the lights come on. We'll get those back up and running for you as we start the second, with Delaware moving right to left here in mid-period action. And the Rhode Island Rams working from our left to our right.
This Delaware Blue Hens team needs to keep up the pressure in this period. Right now they're getting trapped in their zone by this aggressive forecheck of the Rhode Island Rams, keeping them pinned in this near corner. But as they try and break out, they'll try and keep momentum. But it seems it won't be, as a turnover at the red line sends it right back in, and it's played by Snellenberg. Outlet pass up to Luke Doshin, but it is taken away and fired right back into the Delaware zone. What we see here from this Delaware Blue Hens team is a conceited attack that needs to be refined at the moment. As Goose D2D passes it to Luke Panapresso. Panapresso running up the right boards, bodies number 25 of Rhode Island,
Kevin Canizette.
Evan Canizette, as that is centered for Ryan Rodriguez, but tipped out by the Rhode Island defense. Brady Burke tips it back out to center as Tanner Mahoney steadies and is taken away again by the Rams at the red line. This neutral zone has been sort of lava for these Blue Hens. They haven't been able to get through it cleanly, and they haven't been able to get back at Rhode Island in this zone.
This was held in by Zachary Bell, recovered by Donor. Our graphics back up and running. The lights flicker, and that has a tendency to happen here at Fred Rust Arena. The lights come on abruptly right before the start of the second period. Great dramatics for those attending here, and we've got a pretty healthy home crowd tonight at Fred Rust Arena, but as far as the light brought into the lens of our scoreboard camera, oh, it doesn't like us.
Just a look behind the production side, and that happens every period here as Tanner Mahoney wins the offensive zone face-off draw there.
Donor holding the point. Guelph, Mahoney. Nearly back up to Donor, but he's pushed back to his own line by the goal scorer, Aiden Darlington. In comes Rodriguez trying to pave a way to the cage, but he's steered behind the goal by Lacazzi. Guelph working the near corner. This taken away and pushed up ice by Cameron Sear from his own line. Burke recovers behind his own goal. Our crew running a bit short-handed tonight, so a tip of the hat to Dylan Causey and Oliver King stepping in to man the cameras, and we're grateful for their efforts behind the scenes. Taking one for the team tonight from Fred Rust Arena. Kinger, Causey, Stick taps to both of you. Mahoney winding up. Shot blocked net front by Rhode. Mahoney on his horse, back to recover the puck in front of the bench of Rhode Island. Stretch pass up the middle was intended for Chance DeBolt. He couldn't reel it in, but it was right on line for Burgess to steady, so no danger of an icing from Delaware's perspective. Still, they struggle to generate momentum out of their own zone. 3 minutes and 20 seconds into the second period of a 1-0 hockey game. Rams with the early advantage over the Blue Hens. It was Aiden Darlington with the lone goal. 9:07 into the first period. Here's DeBolt. Centering feed. Coughlin's redirect on the doorstep. Wobbled wide. Burgess lunged toward the puck, but it was well wide of his office. Snellenberg out of the cage. Tried to swat the puck past the reach of Tim Crane. Crane nearly turned it into a shot. Here's Coughlin the other way after that shot from Tim Crane was wide. Coughlin caught up to by Bell. Lost his opportunity 20 feet inside the Rhode Island blue line. 4 minutes down in the second period. Rams 1, Hens 0. And here's Mulhern up the right wing board. Slowed up by Gibbons. Backhand through the slot was wide after regaining the puck. Gold across the line to Bell. Bell steered to the corner. Centering pass. McKinnon backhand shot. Caught and held by Snellenberg for a pause in play.
And those are the kinds of saves that we see Jacob Snellenberg make every week. Even though they walked through the slot. That was a beautiful pass to the center. Jacob Snellenberg, stone wall in net. He has an amazing perception for those one-timer pucks in the slot, and he uses that to his advantage every time he sees fit.
Tracy lowers a shoulder to box out to Tro on the near circle faceoff and regain control for his Blue Hens. Tracy, the recipient of the feed from Burke, up ice, turned back by Bell. 5 feet in front of the line, mini 2-on-1, trying to connect. On the centering pass was Mulhern, but he couldn't find McKinnon between the train tracks. Hens coming in numbers. Shot opposite side, off the stick of Tracy. Blocked away, and we're going to have our first penalty of the game coming up as the arm of Brad Howington pops up in the air. And 4 minutes and 54 seconds into the second period, the Blue Hens will get their first crack at a Delaware Sports Medicine power play.
And this was their folly the last time they were up in Kingston, Rhode Island. Last time they were up in 2 games combined, 0 for 13 on the power play, including 2 5-minute majors that have been killed by this penalty kill on the Rhode Island side. This is the key of the game, special teams for this Delaware team. They're 20% on the year on power plays. Let's see if they can bring it back here.
The Rhode Island penalty was assessed to number 15, Matt Tetreault. 2 minutes for hooking. Time of the penalty, 4 minutes, 54 seconds in the second period. Tetreault 2 for hooking at 4:54. Diaz on the welcome mat, canceled out. Net front chance from Rodriguez, no! Burgess coming up with a post-to-post save, and he freezes for the pause. 5:22 into the second period, and we're going to get another look.
Absolutely. This power play been lethal for the Blue Hens as of recent. As we get a shot in from Justin Guelph from the dot, and Diaz hooked out on the welcome mat. What a save from Ryan Burgess.
Callum Burgess with the stop. 5:20. Ryan Burgess, the PA announcer in Buffalo.
The PA announcer in Buffalo. I'm getting my Northeastern Burgesses mixed up. Anyway, a face-off win from Guelph starts us on this power play shift number 2.
Here's Guelph across the line. Rodriguez winding up. Glove save from Callum Burgess.
This Callum Burgess kid, he is one of the good goalies in the ESCHL. Absolutely putting a stop to this Delaware power play as of recent. With 14 minutes and 20 seconds left, Delaware wants to get one here. If not, it will become another statistic for them to look at.
The Iron Man with the face-off win. Here's Mahoney walking in, shot! Burgess slams the door again!
Yet again we see Callum Burgess stand ironclad in this net. Here we go to replay, as we'll see the face-off win by Cody Diaz. And it walks in by Tanner Mahoney, as you see right here. And Burgess stonewall, just like Snellenberg, his counterpart, on the other end of the ice.
16 Delaware shots, 16 Callum Burgess saves, make it 17 as Panapresso can't get one through from center point. With 49 seconds remaining on the Tetreault hooking minor, the shots raining in from the Blue Hens power play unit. But Callum Burgess with all the answers so far to keep this a 1-0 hockey game. Panapresso to Tracy. Tracy trying to walk in. Leaves this to Lowe. Lowe on the doorstep off the Tracy feed, no.
That shot stick checked way up in the air as it goes up and out of play. And our referees tonight absolutely doing a great job at calling a good game, and our linesmen as well. Brad Howington and Brent Kendall, and Colby Sakuma and James Mandel absolutely doing their best tonight.
You always know you're going to get a good game with BK and Howie. Coughlin on the doorstep, no, could not get past Burgess. They collide net front. Stick taps both ways. And both sides will be able to change here with 6.5 gone in the second period. 21 seconds left in this Delaware Sports Medicine power play. First Delaware Sports Medicine power play of the game for the Blue Hens. Learn more about Dr. Brad Bly's offerings for athletes of all ages and abilities. Visit desportsmed.com. Bell launches this puck the length of the ice. Snellenberg steadies. Straubinger back behind his cage. We'll start this up on the right wing boards. Barreling in and shooting was Tommy Tracy, but this goes over the glass and out.
Yet again, this Delaware power play seems to have no answer for this penalty kill of the Rhode Island Rams. Another killed penalty for this team. This will mean they have gone 0 for 14 if they unless they score a miraculous 2-second goal, which does not seem to be the case. As we have some pushing and shoving here after the clock. And no hard feelings. We reset for another faceoff after the Noah Goose shot rang off of Burgess's pads. The Fred Rust Arena organist getting into it, playing the theme from Rocky, Gonna Fly Now. Just a little banter here from up in the box, but we have no idea what will come next when we see the Fred Rust Arena organist.
Will we ever see him?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen him.
Seven minutes into the second period of a 1-0 game, advantage Rhode Island. Here's Early. Unable to get cleanly past Ronan Judge through neutral ice. You said about the neutral zone and the Hens' troubles through the first period negotiating it when they're gifted attacking zone faceoffs, be it off icings or in the case of that Delaware Sports Medicine power play. The Hens able to get shots on Callum Burgess, but as far as generating those breakouts, still a bit of a trouble spot.
Absolutely. This Delaware squad has had mighty troubles crossing both blue lines, getting it out of their zone, and sustaining an offensive zone like progress for them. This has been a trouble spot for them as of recent. We're hoping to get out of this with a Ryan Rodriguez shot blocked away by the pads of Burgess.
And another whistle, this time sounding from Brent Kendall. And we get some dad energy from Brent. Let's go. This is going to be a hook against Lacazzi.
Yet another chance for the Delaware Blue Hens here on the Delaware Sports Medicine power play. They'll be gifted an offensive zone faceoff and an extra man. We will see what they can do here as Tanner Mahoney our lead face-off winner for this squad, as he has won 68% as of yet to this season. We'll see what he can do in the face-off circle on this Delaware Sports Medicine power play.
Learn more at desportsmed.com. Guelph across, Rodriguez shot, Burgess with the save and the freeze. The Rhode Island penalty was assessed to number 6, Michael Lacazzi. 2 minutes for hooking. Time of the penalty, 8 minutes, 4 seconds in the second period. Lacazzi, 2 for hooking at 8:04. Another shot from distance, this one again off the stick of Rodriguez into the Burgess pads. And the Rhode Island penalty killing unit of Shaw, Drowan, McKinnon, and Mulhern able to clear and force Rodriguez to carry this coast to coast. He walks in with ease. Donor faked the slap shot. Guelph back to Donor. Mahoney from 35 feet didn't have the line on the one-timer he'd hoped. Guelph working the perimeter. Diaz posts up net front. The shot from 35 ricocheted off the post. Oh no!
A couple of inches makes all the difference there as he beat Burgess for, I'd say, the first time this game, but he beat him just wide.
Canazet the other way. Threw one just wide of Snellenberg on what was a great one-on-one chance for the Rams, and this is cleared over the glass and out from the Rhode Island zone.
And this Delaware power play switching into power play 2 mode as the first line plus Cody Diaz hops off, and we get more Delaware skaters. 2D out there with Straubinger and Panapresso. Both can hold their own on this power play. This Cade Coughlin, Tommy Tracy, Andrew Lowe. Oh, and we have Burgess. Oh, as he has gotten sick on the ice. He is being attended to by some teammates at the moment while we stop and play. The trainer's heading over to do their due diligence. Trainers doing their due diligence, heading over to the bench, making sure nothing is out of the ordinary here. As we get some bonus hockey, as Burgess gets back in, the trooper that he is, I'm sure he's none the worse for wear, James.
Knowing Callum Burgess and, again, having a chance to have gotten to know some of these Rhode Island players off the ice, too. Tough as nails, this guy.
And this is a great
10:44 to go in the second. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of a delay as the maintenance crew will be called to clean up right in front of the bench. So we're going to take a timeout here on the Delaware Hockey Network. We'll be back momentarily from Fred Rust Arena.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
back inside Fred Rust Arena as the ice repair continues, and Callum Burgess just rock solid in net.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of these saves that he's made. Some great chances he's thwarted off of these Delaware skates. One up close, just a nice battle in the low slot, and he just stonewalls it out. Now we see later in the power play, we get a Cody Diaz faceoff win, a Tanner Mahoney walk-in, and he scores this a lot of the time. But Callum Burgess standing strong in net. This has been a goalie battle thus far. Can we say that to be the least?
I think we can say that's fair. Will he have the intestinal fortitude to continue on, though? That is the question.
That was one of those plays you don't see too often. We're glad Callum is okay, though. And like I said, he looks none the worse for wear. He looks locked in. He looks ready to give these Blue Hens a run for their money on the final 49 seconds of this Delaware Sports Medicine power play.
Brad Bly's going to love having you around.
You know, maybe you should, maybe Brad Bly should, slide me a little bit of the ad money,
Panapresso couldn't hold the zone off the draw. He comes back to his own blue line. And he's pushed deeper into his own territory by Shane Mulhern. Breakout pass broken up. McKinnon getting a stick on it. This is Bell winding up from his own line. He tried to wrap it around behind the Delaware goal. Tommy Tracy, under forechecking pressure, leaves this to Panapresso. 17 seconds left on the second Delaware Sports Medicine power play. Delaware with nothing to show for two straight man advantages. They trail Rhode Island 1-0 as we reach halfway in the contest.
Not only two straight, this will be 15 straight against this team that they have killed off. That just shows a testament to this Rhode Island quartet of penalty killers.
Second line, rushing in. Canizet shot. Blocked away by Snellenberg for his 8th save on 9. Here comes Tracy back the other direction. Hauled into the near boards by Lockwood, but he gained the zone. Lowe sends a skittering puck from corner to corner behind the cage. Ronan Judge reels it in for the Rams. Advanced to Canizet. Now up the middle came Cordero. Dropped off to Lockwood. Shot from the top of the near circle. Tipped aside by Donor. Battle for the puck ends up directly behind Snellenberg's office. Ethan Cordero working this up the right side to Beisel at the point. Rodriguez marking him. This back behind the cage. And now sent behind the net around near side by Panapresso, but held in by Lockwood. 9 minutes to go in the second period. Cordero walking in.
Goal for the Rhode Island Rams. That was off of the rebound from the Snellenberg shot, and there is just not much that Snelly can do in that situation. As we take a look at it here on the 4-1-2 instant replay, we see a tight angle here taken by the Rhode Island Rams. Walked in, one, and off the rebound, just slotted right on the other side of Snellenberg's glove.
And it looked like it was Cordero getting his own rebound there to score his 6th goal of the season. So 2-0 in favor of Rhode Island. And the uphill battle for the Hens just got that much worse. Rhode Island goal, 6th of the season, scored by number 27, Ethan Cordero. Assisted by number 28, Max Lockwood. Time of the goal, 11 minutes, 9 seconds in the second period. Cordero's 6th from Lockwood at 11:09. Rodriguez to Guelph the other way, shot, score! The Storm strikes with 7:55 to go. in the second period. Guelph Potts is 14th, and the Hens are back within one.
Let's take a look at this replay. Look, it's like Rhode Island was trying to get something started. Yet again, a takeaway starts a drive. Ryan Rodriguez over to Guelph from the slot, straight in. He scores those 6 out of 10 times, and you will see that again and again from this Delaware first line.
Justin Guelph potting his 14th of the year. It took 24 shots to beat Callum Burgess. But the Hens got one past. Is that enough to change the momentum in their favor? We, friends, will soon find out. Oh, Delaware goal! His 14th of the season. Scored by number 21, Justin Guelph. Assisted by number 22, Ryan Rodriguez. And number 27, Noah Goose. Time of the goal, 12 minutes, 5 seconds of the second period. Guelph's 14th from Rodriguez and Goose at 12:05. 6.5 remaining in the second period.
As a fan has caught the puck that has gone over and out.
Friends, if you're like me, healthy living is important, and Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help you and your family stay healthy at home with periodic sanitization and disinfecting of your trash and recycling bins. Schedule your first cleaning today at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Hens win the neutral zone draw. Puck launched in by Panapresso. Diaz chases it down. He throws the body on Cameron Sear, but can't maintain Delaware's momentum. Cordero tied up at center by the tandem of Panapresso and DeBolt. This dumped back in. Canazet stonewalled by Burke. Here comes up the other side for Delaware. Chance DeBolt. Other 25, Kevin Canazet recovering. Up the middle, Cordero to Judge. He tried to poke the puck past on the doorstep, but Panapresso clogged up the slot enough to force that shot errant. 5.5 to go in the second of a 2-1 hockey game. Delayed offside against the Blue Hens. Doshin's got a tag up. As what had happened there, Cade Coughlin went off the bench outside the neutral zone, went off to the bench, I should say, off to the neutral zone. Colby Sakuma's arm pops up, and we had to wait for both Lowe and Doshin to tag back up before play could continue. Great catch there by Colby Sakuma on the delayed offside.
Absolutely, and they have called a very good game today. Both referees and linespeople have done a great job on both ends of the ice. Icings, offsides, penalties, a great job done by this crew.
Doshin and Shaw collapse in the near corner. 4:40 to go in the second period of a 2-1 game. Launching this puck across ice was Owen Hall. He could not connect with Sear. The former Rhode Island Ram, Cam Gibbons, leaves this to Doshin the other way. Doshin takes a shoulder from Darlington, the other component of this third Rhode Island forward line, but he finds Tracy on the feed, and this will be covered up by Callum Burgess for a break in the action with, wouldn't you know it, 4:12 to go in the second period of a 2-1 game. How's this for serendipitous timing? Modern media is everybody shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. How do you get your voice above the fray? Well, 412 Communications has the answers you need to build bridges between your brand and your clientele, your team and your fans. Learn more at 412communications.com. From broadcast to social, print to digital, the 412 team will put their 40-plus years of experience to work for you. Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic, anywhere in between, we got you covered.
Absolutely. You know, I've heard some pretty good things about this 412.
You're partial. They pay you. You're partial. Let's be real. Keller's shot was wide. Mahoney pitchforking away at the far half wall, surrounded by a pair of Rams. In Naumovs and Zabo could not maintain the momentum. Rodriguez with a steal. He steered to the corner, couldn't drop the puck off to Mahoney. Tim Crane centers this in neutral ice to Zabo. Zabo pressured by Straubinger, lost the zone. Rodriguez 2-on-4.
As the bench for Delaware is clamoring for too many players on the ice, and they will get it. As I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Rhode Island skaters on the ice.
Just a bad change there for the Rams with 3:02 to go in the second period. And this Delaware Sports Medicine power play will begin to the left of Callum Burgess. DESportsmed.com, the place to go. Oh for 2 with the man advantage so far tonight. Will it be a case of third time's a charm for the Blue Hens? Rhode Island penalty, bench minor, too many players on the ice. Time of the penalty, 16 minutes, 58 seconds in the second period. Rhode Island bench minor, too many players on the ice at 16:58. Straubinger to Coughlin, power play 2. Starting up this third power play for the Blue Hens. The Panapresso shot from the near dot was blocked by Mulhern. Judge scrapping for the puck near corner. Howington backing out of the way. Lowe and Tracy recovering for the Hens. Panapresso across the line. Straubinger opens fire. He shoots and scores.
What?
Getting the fast lane, Grandma. The bingo game's getting ready to roll. It's a 2-2 game. Shane Straubinger lights the lamp from 59 feet for his first of the year.
What a powerful shot that Shane Straubinger has. The man in the bubble on the D-line absolutely tore up Callum Burgess on the power play. This is Delaware's first power play goal against this team this season, and that will tie the game up at 2s.
2:04 to go. Here in the second period. This glove down by Burgess. And we've got another break in the action.
As we see here, the Delaware squad revitalized. The momentum in their favor. They send this fourth line, this early Infanger, Justin Smith line out. Let's see what kind of damage they can do on this even strength opportunity.
Oh, Delaware goal! His first of the season. Scored by number 12, Shane Straubinger. Assisted by number 26, Luke Panapresso. And number 28, Tommy Tracy. Time of the power play goal, 17 minutes, 56 seconds in the second period. Straubinger's first. From Panapresso and Tracy at 17:56, it was a power play goal. There are the particulars for all of you tuning in at home, including the denotation that it is a power play goal.
What a save from Jacob Snellenberg. Absolutely ripped. We will see this on the Delaware instant replay, the 412 instant replay.
It used to be.
It used to be.
The Delaware Sports Medicine instant replay.
I'm getting my years mixed up as we see just a beautiful pass across the slot from this Rhode Island Rams team. And Jacob Snellenberg says, "Give me that," and splashes the leather, grabs the puck, and holds for a pause.
With the save, though, comes a Delaware a Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill. As Noah Goose was ruled off for a cross-check. Schedule your first cleaning today at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 27, Noah Goose. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 18 minutes, 51 seconds of the second period. Goose, 2 for cross-checking at 18:51. McKinnon, Mulhern. He tried to set up Bell at center point, but he bobbled the puck, but he's forced back to his own line to recover. Tetreault and Shaw round out this quintet of Rhode Island skaters on their first power play of the game. It took us all the way to the end of the second period to get there. And the Hens clear. Penalties in the first minute and the last minute of the period, just like goals in the first minute and the last minute of the period. Absolutely dangerous. This shot from Tetreault into the Snellenberg glove gives us a pause with 6 4/5 seconds to go in the second period of what's now a 2-2 hockey game, thanks to goals from Justin Guelph and Shane Straubinger to even the score. Cordero and DeBolt taking what's likely the last face-off of the second period. Shaw's going to hold. That does it for the second. At the end of 40 minutes, the score, Delaware Blue Hens 2, Rhode Island Rams 2. We'll be back on the DHN after the second intermission.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning. And Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. Welcome back to the Delaware Hockey Network. 2-2. Rams and Blue Hens. Through 40 minutes. And the firepower for the Blue Hens. Starting with 8 minutes to go in the second period. Turnover in the Delaware zone from Aiden Darlington, leading to this Ryan Rodriguez, Justin Guelph give and go to get the Hens on the board. And then it was Shane Straubinger all the way from downtown Wilmington on the Delaware Sports Medicine power play to tie this up with 2 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the second period.
Not only is that exaggeration from Wilmington correct in the sense that it was far, correct in the sense cardinal directionally, as Delaware now moving west to east, left to right, and the Rhode Island Rams, their rivals from Kingston, Rhode Island.
Come on,
moving
Eli.
right to left, east to west.
40 seconds left on this Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill. As Noah Goose sits idly by after a late period cross-checking minor, and we've got a scoring update for you as well on the second Delaware goal. That second assist going to Andrew Lowe as Shaw is locked out here by Snellenberg on the first shot of the third period.
Right now for the Rams, on the final 20 seconds of this Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill, get shots on net, get Snellenberg off of his groove.
Shaw from Mulhern, McKinnon back to Shaw. Across the line, just held by Bell, says linesperson James Mandel. That shot from in close off the stick of Zachary Bell, turned aside by Snellenberg for save number 13. The Hens clear. Goose heads back to the bench. Hens full strength. A minute into the third period, and here comes Jonathan Shaw, barreling back in up the left wing boards. He leaves the puck behind the Delaware net to Ethan Cordero. Cordero walking in, looking backhand. He shovels it across to Canizet on the doorstep. He couldn't connect from point blank range. Ryan Rodriguez was all over him. Mahoney corralling a loose puck behind his zone net, pressured by Cordero, but Mahoney wins the race out of the zone. Headman pass to Guelph. Gains the Rhode Island blue line, cycled to Mahoney in the near corner. This played back up the near side to Keller, long shot, skips wide of the far post. Burgess crossed far side, didn't have to move a muscle on that one. The shot was well wide. It's worth noting, Burgess 23 for 23 in the save department to start the game. Then the intestines went. In the 5 shots since, 2 of them have gotten past him.
You've got to think that that's rattled him just a little bit. He was in such a groove, 23 for 23, and then it all started to unravel. And you got to think that's a major blow to your momentum if you're Callum Burgess. And this Delaware squad taking advantage of it. They have absolutely gotten into their groove. They have gotten hot at the right time as soon as Burgess got cold. They've taken these momentum, they've taken these opportunities, and they have converted. These A-grade chances, 4 of them for this team, have been converted half the time. That's a pretty good number for them on the season.
2 minutes and change gone of the third period. Jack Drowan walking back up ice for Rhode Island out of their own zone in this tie hockey game 2-aside. He found himself outnumbered by white sweaters upon gaining the Delaware line, and so they try again. Burgess gloves an airborne puck down, and we've got a pause. 2:25 into this closing frame of regulation, and the Hens gain themselves an attacking zone faceoff. Diaz in across from Darlington. And the 2-a-side attack for Rhode Island stopped at the blue line. Here's Shaw on the re-entry. Burke lays the stick down. Stick checks this shot into the atmosphere and over the back glass.
This Delaware team looking a lot better through the first couple of minutes of this third period. They have gotten back their back check, stopping any Rhode Island momentum after the penalty kill. This team looks revitalized. They look locked in. I believe we're going to have a great third period on our hands, as the 28 of Tommy Tracy unfortunately loses the defending zone faceoff, as Rhode Island looks to set up, as it is taken away by Luke Doshin and Delaware to break out.
Panapresso to low, cross ice feed, well timed to the path of Doshin. Doshin, sticked out by Drowan in the far corner, turns the puck over. Low, offering good support. Couldn't steer it away from the path of Corey Szabo. And so the fourth line back on the attack for the Rams, but Panapresso won the foot race over Crane in the far corner of the Delaware zone. Again, Crane, formerly played for Salesianum School, and his older brother Matt, former captain of the University of Delaware Men's Division II Blue Hens.
The ties go deep with that family in the Northern Delaware hockey scene, as Luke Doshin picks up the puck, shoots it on net, rebound collected by Tracy, back out to Doshin.
And Doshin takes a body in the far corner from McKinnon, but he cycles to Tommy Tracy. Straubinger couldn't hold the zone. This is walked up ice by Matt Tetreault. 2-on-1. Tetreault shot. Blocker saved by Snellenberg. And Mulhern couldn't get his bearings straight in time for a second chance opportunity. As this puck goes over the glass and out with 15:54 remaining in the third period, it's worth noting that the patriarch of the Crane family, Pat, is in attendance tonight. Longtime friend of the Delaware Hockey Network, dating back to the Sally's days for both Matt and Tim. And a draw coming again to the right of Jacob Snellenberg with 4 minutes and 6 seconds behind us in the third period of a 2-2 deadlock from Fred Rust Arena. Hens dump and change. They get some fresh legs on after being refused the opportunity to change, clearing the puck over the glass in their own zone. So that's a no-change situation. Well executed changing of the guard here. We'll see what the third line can muster, and they're led by a fourth forward now in the form of Brady Burke. Dropped off to Guelph. Guelph on with Early and Smith in place of Infanger. Throws the puck over the crossbar and into the back glass. Couldn't find the word crossbar there, Eli.
Nope.
You know what they say about words?
Words are hard.
Yes, they are. 5 minutes elapsed of the third period. Cordero to Lockwood. He lowers a shoulder on Goose as they collide in a battle for the puck. Goose gets a shove in edgewise after the puck goes away. Here he plays the body near side on Darlington. And Donor fails to clear as Rodriguez is stripped of the puck by the other 22, Jack Drowan. The Darlington shot bothered in heavy net front traffic. Shaw holds the point across the line. Drowan, a stick check from Mahoney. Disrupts his opportunity from 50 feet. Drowan gets it back, lobs the puck off the end boards behind Snellenberg's office. Jacob Snellenberg, 14 for 16 in the save column tonight. His counterpart, 178 feet away, Callum Burgess, has saved 27 of 29 Delaware shots. And this goes up into the rafters and out with 14:06 remaining in the third period of a 2-2 hockey game. Whether you're a competitive athlete like these gentlemen or a weekend warrior like Eli and I are, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. And with years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes alike, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here to promote health and wellness for every athlete in your family. Learn more about Dr. Brad Bly's offerings for athletes of all ages and abilities. Head to desportsmed.com. Naumovs plays the puck behind the net toward Bell. It's held in by Coughlin. given away to Gold. Gold swarmed by DeBolt and Diaz. Coughlin couldn't reel in the puck. He was met pretty evenly by Bell, who manages to clear. Naumovs stood up at the blue line of the Delaware Blue Hens. Loose puck corralled by Chance DeBolt. Through traffic he comes, shooting from distance, lunging at the puck. Was Burgess, but the shot was wide off its release. Panapresso keeps play out of his zone. Pursuing up the far wall was Jake McKinnon for the Rams. Here's McKinnon back in. Clogging the slot low. Taking out the trash net front as chasing that puck down was Ronan Judge to no avail in a very congested low slot. More traffic there than the Merritt Parkway. We could say the Eisenhower, but we'll keep the references northeast centric.
There's a little bit of extracurriculars between
Gibby's
Gibbons,
in there.
The former Rhode Island Ram.
Wow.
He has been with this team. He knows this team like the back of his hand, and he is not worried to get entangled with them, and that is something that we love to see as Delaware fans or as Delaware in this game. They have been playing physical. They are not afraid to step into some contact. They're not shying away from anything.
12:29 to go in regulation. All tied up 2-2. Early took a heavy hit from Cordero behind the net. Canizet centering pass intercepted in net front traffic. Early tried to burst free up the left wing boards, but he was stood up by Jack Drowan right at the Rhode Island blue line. Eight minutes elapsed in the third period from Fred Rust Arena. Drowan launches the puck into traffic. Cordero tied up with Donor. Puck 60 feet away, and they're still throwing bodies at each other. Meanwhile, Burke advances this to Infanger. Bit of an eventful change in front of the Delaware bench. Walking back in is Shaw. The Canizet shot. Stick checked up into the back netting and out.
Yes, that was an awkward change for the Delaware side. They had trouble getting forwards on and D off. There was a little bit of mistiming there. I believe there was 6 people on the ice, but not enough for there to be a penalty as no one had touched the puck that had just gotten off. It was just an awkward change that allowed the Rhode Island Rams to walk into the zone.
8.5 gone to the third. Still tied 2-2. Ryan Rodriguez. This is offside.
Yet another timing error by the University of Delaware Blue Hens. Just a little late getting in by Ryan Rodriguez, and we just get to see another face-off in the neutral zone by our first line forward, Tanner Mahoney, and he has won it to Shane Straubinger on the left half wall. Let's see.
Straubinger from neutral ice caromed this puck in low. He was sure to gain that red line before letting the puck in. Linesperson Colby Sakuma, an absolute stickler on the release point on those icings. So Straubinger, sensing that, made sure he had the right side of the red line.
And we wouldn't want to have it any other way. We love the competitive integrity that this crew brings to the game, and they have done an excellent job yet again tonight. Let's see what can happen as Rhode Island drives into the Delaware zone.
2-on-2, Sear gave way to a Delaware poke check, and here comes Ryan Rodriguez back up the right wing boards, caroming the puck deep into Rhode Island territory. Guelph finds himself at the center of a two-a-side scrum. Puck is pushed by Sear up ice, and this will come back and icing.
A lot of the chances in this game have been created off of turnovers, takeaways, giveaways, whatever you say. A lot of the time on ice in the offensive zones has come as a result of takeaways and giveaways.
Now 10.5 remaining. The Blue Hens nearly squandering that attacking zone face-off. Diaz and DeBolt both protecting the zone. canceling out a pair of attempted Rhode Island breakouts. Here's Crane. He couldn't find Namoz on the cross-ice outlet pass. Goose ends up with the puck for Delaware, but he's forced all the way back behind his own goal. We are halfway through the third period. Stretch pass, Goose to DeBolt. He had to put on the brakes as Diaz blew a tire on his way back into neutral ice. Here's Gibbons. Shot blocked by his former Rhode Island teammate, Colin Beisel. Beisel controls the puck and he holds back behind his own net. Stretched ahead to Szabo. Cross-ice feed. This thrown in by Matt Tetreault from center. Colby says all good, no icing here. Shaw waiting a beat for Mulhern to tag up before flipping the puck into the near corner of the Delaware zone. It's chased down by Tetreault in the far corner. Mulhern there as well, but emerging is Doshin. Played behind his own net to Burke, but not out as Shaw hacks this puck deeper into the Delaware zone from just 5 feet inside the line. 9 minutes and change to go from Fred Rust Arena on Friday night. First half of this weekend series between the Blue Hens and the Rams. Puck loose in front, corralled by Drowan. 8.5 remaining. Drowan and Lowe converge in the far corner. Tracy lost his footing, trying to set something up more deliberately for the Blue Hens. He was swarmed by a pair of Ram defenders, and now Canizet forces Keller deeper into the Delaware zone. Shaw, Canizet puts one on net. Snellenberg scrambles, puck is loose in front. Where is it? It's under the glove of Snellenberg, who holds for the pause.
And we have some extracurriculars going on right now between Cameron Sear and Shane Straubinger.
And we're going to take a look back at these two rapid fires. Snellenberg saves. One hungry hippos down in front is trying to dig the puck free were Sear and Canizet, but Snellenberg held his ground the whole way. And with 8:05 to go here in the third period, looks like we're going to be 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. Straubinger off, as is Sear. These both coming at 11:55 in the third period, so we're going to be 4-on-4 for the next $1.20. And the open ice usually works to the benefit of the Delaware Blue Hens, but last weekend against Syracuse, that was not the case at all.
This Delaware squad accustomed to Olympic-size ice, as Fred Rust Arena, our home arena right here, has Olympic-size ice. So this 4-on-4 will give them a lot of open ice to work with.
The Rhode Island penalty was assessed to number 5, Cameron Sear. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Delaware penalty assessed to number 12, Shane Straubinger. 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalties, 11 minutes, 55 seconds in the third period. Sear, 2 for cross-checking. Straubinger, 2 for roughing at 11:55. So coincidental penalties, and we've got just under a minute left on them. As you see the particulars at home, Tracy, long shot after gaining the zone, cleared the crossbar and ricocheted off the back glass. 2-on-2 coming for Rhode Island the other way. Drop pass from Mulhern to McKinnon. This is over the glass and out of action.
Not a scenario you see a lot. 4-on-4, coincidental yet not offsetting. Just a little extra there between Shane Straubinger and Cameron Sear. Just that little extra drew the ire of Brent Kendall. And I will say, Brent, not a guy to call anything soft, so they absolutely needed that 2 minutes, and we'll see what comes of it as we wind down final 20 seconds.
6:22 to go in regulation. 2-2. Chance to Bolt, trying to steamroll his way past Judge. Couldn't generate a chance in the low slot. Here's to Bolt again! On the doorstep. No, didn't have the angle he needed. And we're back to 5-on-5 with 6 and change remaining. Lockwood pushed the puck out. DeBolt couldn't tag up in time. This is offside with 5:57 to go in regulation of a 2-2 hockey game. Looking at what's up next for the Delaware Blue Hens. Back against the Rams tomorrow right here on the Delaware Hockey Network. Then a trip to the Iron City to take on Pitt next weekend. Valentine's Day, the Hens come back to take on William Patterson University. One more home game after that. That'll be on January 16th. Senior night festivities in the home finale as the Drexel Dragons come to town to close out the Hens' Fred Rust Arena schedule for 2024-25.
And that is always a great game. The Drexel Dragons are rivals from South Philly. Always play a great game in Fred Rust Arena. Had the pleasure recently to get to Class of 1923 Arena to see the 6-3 thriller that was the Blue Hens against the Dragons. And I must say, what a great rivalry we have with them.
Although, if you take away the empty net goals, that was just a 4-3 hockey game. It was dead tight right down to the final 2 minutes.
Absolutely. The score is a little misleading, but what a great game either way.
Cordero in a 1-on-4. Couldn't get past Goose. Final 5 minutes upon us from Fred Rust Arena. Low, racing down the puck. He beat Lacazzi to it, but couldn't gain control below the goal line. So Michael Lacazzi's able to play the carom shot up the near side, but Burke holds the point for the Hens. 4:38 to go. 2-2. Rams breaking out to an early lead thanks to goals from Darlington and Cordero. Have seen that lead slip away as Guelph and Straubinger found the back of the Rhode Island net. Delaware limited to just 2 shots in the third period.
They have had mighty troubles getting into the zone and sustaining drives, something that they have not had trouble with earlier. I wonder if that second intermission, there was a talk from Joe Augustine to these players about what they need to do to stop this Delaware Blue Hens attack. Now we see a little bit of a difference maker here. The defense of the Rhode Island Rams. Some of the names that jump out to you: Tim Crane, Zachary Gold, Jonathan Shaw. Some of these defenders for this team have absolutely stepped up this game, and not on the point sheet, but in the intangibles, in the block shots, in the limiting opportunities.
Final 4 of regulation. Here we go, Eli. Puck over the glass and out. This will stay in the Delaware zone. Everybody going to stay put. Second line on for the Hens. Top line on for Rhode Island. McKinnon won the draw. The shot from Drowan rang off the crossbar. Coughlin couldn't walk free. Mulhern held. Centering pass from McKinnon didn't make it to Tetreault. Hens clear. Cade Coughlin up the right wing board, steered by Drowan behind the net. Final 205 seconds. Coughlin working the perimeter. Gave way in the high slot. Jonathan Shaw corrals the loose puck. Here's Shaw racing up the left wing dots, back into the Delaware zone. Stick check from Keller. Sends that puck into the back netting, out of play.
Yet another, you saw it right there. Jonathan Shaw gets in the way of Cade Coughlin running to the net. Just another example of something that won't show up on the score sheet. Me as statistician, I won't say a lot, But there's a lot of underlying statistics, giveaways, takeaways, offensive zone, defensive zone time that don't show up on an ACHA score sheet, but absolutely can help tell the story of a game.
Straubinger to Guelph out of the zone. He tried to find Rodriguez across ice. Ryan tipped the puck in behind the Rhode Island goal, but he's met there by Bell. Bodied off the path of the puck, and it's recovered by Ethan Cordero. Back to Bell behind the net. We're in the antepenultimate minute of the third period. Straubinger attempted to play the puck at center. That's enough for Sakuma to wash out the icing. Straubinger fails to clear. The shot from Bell. A one-timer from the right point off its intended target. Rodriguez leaves this for Mahoney. Here we go. Mahoney walking in. Centering pass. Rodriguez ran out of real estate. Back to Mahoney. His shot from the bottom of the near circle. Caught the wrong side of the net. Straubinger holding the point. Guelph pressured in the far corner. Bodied into the corner boards by Bell. Rodriguez offering good support. We're down to the final 2:15. Rodriguez leaving this to Straubinger from distance. He caroms the puck in behind the net. Keller steps up to the corner. He drives it behind. Around to Straubinger. Working the far corner. Pressured once again by Cordero. This cycled now to Tommy Tracy on the doorstep. Rodriguez unable to get one past Burgess. Rodriguez bodied into Burgess from behind by Ethan Cordero, and we've got some pushing and shoving and some words exchanged between Rams and Blue Hens and Callum Burgess's office. He's had a tough enough night as it is. He doesn't need his own guy bodying Rodriguez into him now too.
Absolutely, and with all that Burgess has done, you'd think that his defenseman would be great about it, giving him some space, not screening him, not blocking people into him, but it looks like we're going to have a little bit of a reprieve here as we get set for another attacking zone faceoff with 1:52 to go, all knotted up at twos.
Darlington could not clear off the draw. Tracy gets the puck back from Doshin. Cycle to Doshin, now to Lowe, working the far corner. Tracy couldn't switch to his backhand. Shaw stayed on him to take away the wraparound chance. Minute and a half to go, puck out of play.
Fred Rust sounds eerily quiet, the crowd awaiting something here from the Blue Hens.
Crowd more a gallery at this point. Top forward combination back on for Rhode Island as Joe Augustine has shortened the bench considerably. This is Jake McKinnon up the right side and in. The entry was good. Cutting for the cage was Mulhern. He leaves this back now to Bell inside the line. Thrown into net front, congestion, blocked away, and walked up the right side out by Tracy. Tracy dodges a check. He tries to wobble the puck in close from the corner. It ends up far side, now on the stick of Tetreault. Bell to Mulhern. He gains center for the dump and change. Snellenberg steadies. 45 seconds to go. Trevor Early. Drop pass to DeBolt after gaining the line. Didn't connect. Canizet pushes past Keller. Here's DeBolt again. 30 seconds to go. DeBolt shoots. Glove save from Burgess.
You want to talk about late game heroics? This is your line. We saw it last week against Syracuse when Trevor Early, I believe we're going to have a timeout for Delaware. But continuing this, I believe Trevor Early, the game-tying goal against Syracuse. With 8 seconds off the clock after that faceoff. This line for them, DeBolt, Diaz, and Early, have been the factor of a bunch of late-game heroics, and we will need something like that with 27.5 seconds to go.
That line that you talk about, the perfect combination of grit and productivity. And that's what you need in these situations. Not just to generate chances, but also those three. and their work ethic, especially down in the trenches, is what you need to burn the clock in the attacking zone if you can't generate scoring opportunities.
Absolutely. Clog the slot, and yet again, clog the slot. Callum Burgess can't save what he can't see. Screen him.
What's Todd going to do here? Is he going to go with the big guns? Is he going to go with the third line? Those to me seem like the 1-1A in terms of logical choices.
Absolutely, and I see here we're breaking. We have the big guns coming out. Top pair in Brady Burke, and actually we're getting a piecemeal of Shane Straubinger and Brady Burke, and the first line of forwards. Justin Guelph in for the faceoff against the captain. No, Jonathan Shaw lining up at left wing. As
it was
Delaware.
McKinnon in for the draw, and here he comes. McKinnon to Mulhern, back to McKinnon. Centering pass to Mulhern, shoveled into the near corner. Mulhern gives this away to Guelph. Final 15. Guelph cleared the zone. Mahoney pushes this puck back inside the Rhode Island blue line, cleared over the glass by Jonathan Shaw with 8.5 seconds to go. And the Hens get an attacking zone face-off right back.
With 8.5 seconds here, there's got to be something in the playbook for this. Got to draw up something, get a quick shot. If not, limit the Rhode Island chances. No costly turnovers that turn into breakaways. Nothing costly here as we get
a Rhode Island timeout.
Another timeout, this time at the hands of the Rams. This team has no quit, and they will not stop. They will draw something up off of this play. I think that Joe Augustine has something up his sleeve here.
Timeout, Rhode Island. Whatever the case may be, we'll do it all again tomorrow. Game time 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific. We'll be on the air here on the Delaware Hockey Network. 15 minutes before go time to look back at today's proceedings and to tee up the second half of this weekend set. Face-off coming to the left of Callum Burgess.
And this is a big
Guelph and
face-off.
McKinnon trying to walk forward. Mahoney off the draw. Shaw's got the puck tied up in the near corner, and he's going to press this game to OT.
Looks like we get some bonus hockey.
At the end of regulation, the score: Rhode Island 2, Delaware 2. Regulation shots on goal: Rhode Island 18, Delaware 32. We now move to a 5-minute 3-on-3 overtime, and the teams do change ends for the overtime period. So the long change is in effect. Goalies will defend the nets farthest from their own benches. The next goal wins the game. Good luck to both teams. Nothing like overtime hockey, Eli.
Nowhere else I'd rather be right now at 10:46 on a Friday than right here, right now.
The Delaware Hockey Network brought to you all season long by the law office of Heather A. Long, along with Sid's Barbecue and Jerky, 412 Communications, Delaware Sports Medicine, Limestone Pension Associates, and Delaware Trash Can Cleaning. Ready for overtime. Guelph, Donor, and Rodriguez. The 3 on for the Hens. Rodriguez with the overtime thriller against Syracuse a week ago. Guelph trying here. But his close-up shot caught and held by Callum Burgess. Just 15 seconds into the added frame. Crowd a little livelier now, Eli.
Absolutely. Bonus hockey brings the best out of the players and the fans.
Rodriguez propelling the puck into the near corner beyond our vantage point. And now Shaw walks it up the left dots for Rhode Island. He's on together with McKinnon and Mulhern. Shane Mulhern steered by Guelph into the near corner. 40 seconds gone in the extra frame. This back to Shaw, who pulls back through the neutral zone. Dropped off to Mulhern. Mulhern floats this up the right wing boards ahead to Zach Bell. Bell centering pass, the one-timer from Darlington. Saw Darlington in search of a second goal tonight blow a tire.
Delaware electing to change here, bringing out Tanner Mahoney and Cody Diaz as their pair of forwards, as Riley Donor drops it back to Mahoney, and we shall see what's to come of this opportunity.
Straubinger joining the aforementioned forward tandem for Delaware, as Donor was on for the first 80 seconds of overtime. Straubinger offering good support to Mahoney. Gains the zone for the Blue Hens, but he turns the puck over to Bell. Bell looking to Sear to try to stretch a pass forward, but this broken up and Mahoney's got a one-on-one. Now a 2-on-2 as Diaz heads toward the cage. And Mahoney will leave this back to the true freshman Luke Panapresso. He's pressured by Aiden Darlington as we enter the 3rd minute of the overtime period. One shot, it came from the Blue Hens so far. Tracy steered by Canizet behind the net. Separated from the puck. Diaz pursues the rolling vulcanized rubber back into his own zone.
This feels like an extended feeling out period like we saw in the first. Nobody willing to take that big risk, all in the name of 3-on-3 hockey.
As opposed to the explosive 8-second overtime we saw a week ago right here. This taking on the tone of a chess match more so between these two teams. Guelph had the opportunity, but the snipe from 35 was wide. Tetro's got a breakaway. Tetro, Snellenberg says no, sir! 2 minutes to go.
Jacob Snellenberg with the biggest save of the game thus far, and boy, would Tetro like to have that one back.
Yes, he would. Rodriguez couldn't run the gauntlet between the circles. Canizet, Judge, and McKinnon on presently for the Rams. 90 to go in overtime. McKinnon back to Mulhern. Donor couldn't break up the pass. Mulhern with time and space. Early working together with Mahoney now as we come to the final 75 seconds. Back to Jonathan Shaw this comes. McKinnon up the middle. Snellenberg steers the puck wide. We've entered the final minute of overtime. The captain, Jonathan Shaw, pushed back to center by Early. Early heading off for a change, dumps the puck in behind the Rhode Island goal, where again, Shaw steadies. Across to Darlington, into a 1-on-2. Darlington steered to the corner by Tracy, tried to shovel the puck in towards Snellenberg. Mahoney takes it away. 25 to go. Mahoney turns us into a 2-on-1 with Straubinger. Net front feed, Straubinger, redirect was wide. Perfectly executed The redirect just didn't have the angle. Tracy to Straubinger. Final 10. Holding the point is Diaz. He'll roll the puck in low. The final seconds will tick away. And friends, we are headed to a shootout.
It's not often that you see a shootout between two of these teams, but in this time, we will absolutely love to see what the one-on-one potential of this Rhode Island Rams and these goalies between Callum Burgess, stone cold, versus Jacob Snellenberg with the biggest save of the day. What will happen between these two teams?
Three-player shootout. A three-player shootout awaiting. As referees Brad Howington and Brent Kendall brief both teams. On what is to come. Again, our thanks to Dylan Causey and Oliver King for stepping in and assisting behind the scenes tonight. And we're about ready to go for the shootout. Shooting first for Rhode Island, Cameron Sear. Sear straight in, stonewalled by Snellenberg.
He tried to deke to the forehand, but Snellenberg stood strong.
Shooting first for Delaware, number 15, Luke Doshin. Doshin right in, puts on the brakes. And Burgess says no here. Shooting second for Rhode Island, number 9, Jake McKinnon. McKinnon coming from the right side as well. Flubbed the shot, Snellenberg with save number 2. Shooting second for Delaware, number 21, Justin Guelph. Guelph shot, tried to go top shelf on Burgess, but was denied. Shooting third for Rhode Island, number 10, Aiden Darlington. Darlington building up speed, coming right down the middle. Shot deflected wide by Snellenberg. Shooting third for Delaware, number 22, Ryan Rodriguez.
Ryan Rodriguez.
With the game on his stick.
Does he have what it takes?
24 goals on the season. He comes in from the left side. Pulls back, shot, too much loft on it. We now move into a sudden victory shootout. Shooting fourth for Rhode Island, number 11, Shane Mulhern. Mulhern up the left dots. Deeks tried to toe drag off his backhand. Lost control of the puck. It crosses the goal line, so the opportunity is done. Shooting fourth for Delaware, number 36, Tanner Mahoney. Mahoney trying to seal it. Toe drag.
Ooh.
Hey! Shoots and scores!
What a shot! between the legs, backhand from Tanner Mahoney. The Wizard puts it top corner.
Tanner Mahoney with the shootout winner in the fourth round. And we'll see it again right now on the 412 Communications Instant Replay.
That could very well
tonight's
be the
final
best
score
goal I've seen all season.
Your Delaware Blue Hens 3, Rhode Island Rams 2. What a game for sure. The Hens saluting the home crowd. And heading off after a nail-biter of a shootout win. And we'll take it out of the Sid's Barbecue 3 stars of the game. Here we go. Fans, it's time for the Sid's Barbecue and Jerky 3 stars of the game. Tonight's third star with a goal for Rhode Island, number 27, Ethan Cordero. The number 2 star with 17 saves for Delaware, number 35, Jacob Snellenberg. And the number 1 star of the game with the shootout game-winning goal, number 36, Tanner Mahoney. What a hockey game, Eli.
I'm just glad that I got to call this hockey game as we look back at some of the memorable moments from tonight's instant classic of a game.
And the best part, Eli, we get to do it all again tomorrow.
And I'm sure that if anything has gone between these teams, they will go all out tomorrow. They will want it even more than they have in the past. They'll want it more than today. They'll want it more than up in Kingston, Rhode Island.
And we'll take you out with a final look at Tanner Mahoney's fourth round shootout game winner. For the whole crew, James Witherite saying goodnight from the Delaware Hockey Network. We'll see you tomorrow.